This is the Yukon Entrepreneur Podcast, and I'm your host, Carrie Johnston, recording today from the traditional territory of Champagne and Ajax First Nations, and this is a mini-series for Yukon Innovation Week. I'm joined today by John. John, please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm John Widney. I am a Champagne and Ajax First Nation citizen. I have lived here for almost half my life now. I grew up in the southern provinces in Alberta, in Edmonton with my mother. And I started a private business 3 years ago with my partner and wife, Georgina.
And it's Dawnix Water Services. Hey, what does Dawnix do?
Dawnix is a water treatment company. Our main objective right now is cleaning and disinfecting household water treatment systems and municipal reservoirs. We've also branched out into COVID sampling with the First Nation and Yukon government through wastewater analysis, I guess you'd say.
Mm-hmm. So it's Innovation Week here in the Yukon. And what does innovation mean to you?
Finding ways to work smarter and not harder. That's just the simple version of it, I guess you could say. To me, that's what innovation is. Finding a way to do something faster and smarter and less energy. And
what inspires you about the work that you do?
Everybody deserves safe, clean drinking water, no matter where they live. And sometimes when you have a household water tank in your house, then people take it for granted and just assume that since the water going into the tank is clean, that the tank stays clean. But we've had proof that after years and years of dirt and dust piling up in there, the tanks don't stay clean.
And so what bothers you about sort of how we think about water or the current sort of way we're thinking about these systems?
Bothers me about it, it's the getting taken for granted. Most people that aren't in the water industry just turn on their tap and they don't think anything of it. They're just drinking water from their tap. But there's a lot of work that goes in to ensure that the people of Canada and the Yukon get guaranteed safe drinking water. And that's from every level, whether it's being treated in the municipal land and then distribution out to the community, or if there's a delivery truck bringing you safe water once, twice, 3 times a week.
Mm-hmm. And what's your experience sort of working in water systems in the north?
Experience has been great, actually. I wish I would have got into the water treatment stuff when I come out of high school, but you come out of high school and you never think I should be a water operator. It's just not on everybody's radar. Everybody wants to be the doctors and lawyers or, mechanics, a tradesperson, but we need to start putting water as a trade or a necessity and start educating more people about the importance of treating water and try to grow our population of water operators, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. So transformation sort of means to have a dramatic change in sort of what we're doing. In 2015, the TRC released its calls to action. And it talks about, awareness of what happened with the residential school system and the history of colonization, acknowledgement of the harm, atonement for the causes, and action for the behavior. What does it mean to you to demonstrate reconciliation and action in your business?
Our business, I guess, for us personally, it's hard work. I don't know exactly how to answer this question properly, but for myself, the reconciliation has brought more light to First Nation workers and their hard work and more support instead of being left behind in some areas. Because we are, as myself, as a small company, I have a hard time competing with giant corporations that can undermine or underbid myself because they have the capacity to do so, whereas it's my company's right now, I think we have 4 employees and it's hard to do things as cheap as somebody that has 1,000 employees.
Mm-hmm. Living in the far north, what sort of unique advantage do you think you have as you sort of think of yourself as an entrepreneur, and what lessons do you think you have to share with Canada?
For about being in the far north, well, anywhere in Canada, as far as I'm concerned, an entrepreneur, if you have the drive to do something, do it. Don't wait for the tomorrows. Don't start your mind process of how to get it done today. You know, for myself with the tank cleaning, I don't know why, but there's been nights where I've sat up in bed and, oh, I should do it this way so it's faster and easier, and I should look at investing this for my equipment set. And in the north, it does provide some, I don't know about setbacks, but we do have a short summer season compared to some parts of Canada, which really hampers down on the length of time I can clean water tanks, because, you know, freezing is a real issue. So.
Mm-hmm. And what's next for your business? Where do you see your opportunities for growth as an entrepreneur?
Oh, right now, we are at a crossroads in many areas where we can potentially be taking over delivery runs in certain communities, or we're also hoping to look at expanding our COVID sampling into other communities that have like systems that like in Haines Junction, where they got wastewater collection, and start sampling that for preventative measures, I guess you could say, for making the public more aware of the spikes and lows of the COVID virus going through a community. So we're hoping that expands more than just the one community, and we can have sampling people all over the Yukon, or expanded from there even. We'll see what happens.
And that's not just for COVID-19, that could be for other communicable diseases.
Yes. Yeah, we could, with a wide variety of what we can and cannot sample for. I mean, it's amazing, this technology that we've been working for the sampling has been quite a learning curve on my end. I'm not really had a background in wastewater treatment or sampling and stuff, but now that we're into it, I mean, it's been actually quite positive. And I hope that we can grow that as well as the tank cleaning, because people's health go for more than just the drinking water. It's also, you know, monitoring disease and potential health risks against communities, right? Because we have a lot of elders and immunodeficient people in our communities that should be protected. And if we can see a pattern of COVID or other diseases rising in a community, well, then the people of authority could also, you know, maybe not mandates, but recommend that we wear masks, give personal choice, and give the community as much information as we possibly can to say, this is why we say that, and it's up to you to make the right choice.
Well, John, just thank you so much for your time today and for all that you do. I know tank cleaning doesn't maybe seem like the sexiest thing for a lot of people out there, but it is so critical to the health of our communities, and your passion for cleaning tanks and, you know, moving that forward throughout the north is just really important. So thank you for your service.
Thank you. Thanks for your time.